Hello, this is Alexa and Jackson, and today I'm going to tell you all about clinical exercise physiologists. Okay, so, excuse me. A clinical exercise physiologist, otherwise known as a CEP, is usually found within a healthcare type setting, which they mainly have to do with they prescribe exercise to different people who need it. So like people who have just had surgery, or if they have like a chronic illness or they've had a heart attack or things like that, then they will come up with the best prescription of exercise. So they have a certain plan set for every patient that they see. They are certified, so they do have to do it. So usually they will obtain a medical history on a client, and then they will run exercise related tests, so see how long their endurance is or how long they can go with like a certain activity or exercise. And then after all of these tests are concluded, then they can prescribe the correct amount or the correct exercise for a person. And they'll usually go for either long-term or short-term goals. It really just depends. And then they assist to help lose or gain weight, improve aerobic capacity, decrease heart disease risks factors, which are high body fat and high blood pressure, poor cholesterol levels, or high blood glucose levels. So all of those factors key into what exercise they have to do as well. And they're most commonly found in doctors' offices, hospitals, fitness facilities, and they may also work in cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation places, industrial rehabilitation, and stress testing departments or health education settings. So really you could find CEPs anywhere, honestly. And then to get into the schooling of how to be CEP, most have a master's degree or higher in exercise science, exercise physiology, or kinesiology, and they either hold the clinical exercise specialist or the registered clinical exercise physiologist certification by the American College of Sports Medicine, so the ACSM. They can also go to school. You can do a bachelor's degree in exercise science, but you have to have 1,200 recorded hours of clinicals, or you can have your master's and you only have to have 600 clinical hours. So really you could either take your pick. And then the salary for a CEP, the median annual salary is $47,000 to $50,000 a year. So that's really just kind of like starting out. That's what you can make. And it really just kind of depends where you're at, or also how long you've been working as a CEP to determine like how much money you're gonna get or whatever. So if you practice in the western region, so like Washington State, California, stuff like that, there's a higher average for salary, so it could range from $57,000 to $60,000 a year. So it really just depends. And then I looked up some of like the top schools that you could go to. So there's schools like School of Public Health and Health Professions, which is in Buffalo, New York, Colorado State University College of Health and Human Sciences, College of Health Sciences and Professions at Ohio University, West Virginia University School of Medicine, School of Health Sciences and Human Performance at Ithaca College, which is in Ithaca, New York, Virginia Commonwealth University and their College of Health Professions, and just like stuff like that. So like a lot of like colleges of health and like stuff like that. Then I also looked up who needs a CEP like in today's time, which so an exercise specialist at Duke Raleigh Hospital, and their definition for the job is responsible for developing a safe exercise prescriptions, goal setting, and exercise progression for low, medium, high risk patients. So that goes back to what I talked about earlier about like prescribing exercise. Clinical exercise physiologist for the cardiac rehabilitation, and they say a master's degree is required in the field, and in this place it's in Louisiana, so they say Louisiana clinical exercise physiologist licensure required, so you have to be licensed in that state. And other like descriptions like bachelor's required in exercise science, exercise physiology related field, and exercise experience in adaptive group exercise or special populations preferred. So really it doesn't matter if you obviously it matters to have your license or whatever, but in the long run, if you go to a different state or like decide to live only in one place, then getting your license in that state is like the most important thing to do at the time. And just like different things like that. So that's pretty much all I have. And this has been Clinical Exercise Physiology with Alexa and Jackson, who left.